So I may not know that the live-action Sonic movie will be hot garbage because it hasn't come out yet, but I do know that YouTube Rewind for this year is hot garbage because that's out now and I've seen it. You may be thinking, isn't it a little late to be talking about YouTube Rewind? My answer to that is yes. Yes, it absolutely is too late to be talking about it, but I'm actually considering doing a video on it. Anyway, this is the Mississippi King welcoming y'all back to more Let's Play Sonic Mania, and in this episode we'll be tackling Studiopolis Zone. And I'll also be going through some more special stages. That one right there was one that I happened to know, because, like, I often used it to attempt to get an upcoming special stage, which gave me a lot of problems. You know, when I said it was the third or fourth special stage, I was wrong. It was actually the fifth one that gave me a lot of problems. But this one's actually pretty easy, so it shouldn't be too bad. And Happy New Year, by the way! I mean, I don't exactly know when this video is going up, but I mean, Happy New Year regardless. I hope everyone has had a good 2018, although, I can't say it's been a bit, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this special stage is getting really intense right here. This is getting close. Oh boy, I should not be sucking this badly at the special stage. My goodness, this is absolutely embarrassing. What, like, seriously? This is way more intense than it should be. I'm making it too intense. Because, yeah, don't just go screwing this up now. My goodness, this is so nerve-wracking. Thank goodness it's going over so well. Well, this video is off to a very interesting start, I must say. Studiopolis is the first new zone in the game, and it's pretty good. I like the music track, although I must say I do prefer Act 2's track to the first act's track. And Studiopolis is very exciting. It has a lot of interesting gimmicks, and you know, it's really unique. I don't think they've done something like this before, because, like, they have done, like, casino levels before, quite a few, but never a film-themed level. So that's interesting. And that special stage, man, that was more intense than it had any right to be. It's amazing I pulled through, because I could have sworn I was a goner. Boy, this video is off to a great start. I mean, it's a terrible start, but still I can say it's a good start, because I mean it ironically. And if you say anything ironically, you can say whatever you want, kids. I don't know whether that's good advice or not, but you still are physically capable of doing that. So yes, that's one thing. You are always physically capable of saying anything, no matter how ironic or unironic it is. But the question is it good advice? I can't really say, but
But still, I actually do know a few other special stage locations in this zone, but I kind of have to, like, feel around for them. Like, I know the general vicinity, well, I know pretty much the exact location of them. But the videos are going to be a bit more problematic on the upper one, which isn't saying much, because I still should be able to find all three, which means if we're lucky, we should be getting 3 Chaos Emeralds in this video. I mean, assuming I don't screw up one of the special stages, or both, or just don't find one. That's always a possibility, but I don't think that's likely. This is the Mississippi King you're talking about. And game difficulty. And I'll prove it to you. You can trust the on point of video game difficulty, because I will constantly fail at the simplest tasks while making the hard tasks look easy. Okay, in all seriousness, let's actually finish this zone. Crap, I don't have the speed for this stuff up. Oh dear, well, I mean, it was good knowing you, but I guess that means it's a chipmunk time. So if you can understand this input, please like, comment, and subscribe. And just for good measure, so that everyone can understand what I'm saying. Actually, what am I saying? This is to confuse as many people as possible, because confusing people is what I am good at, and what is always something to be applauded. Hooray for more questionable advice. Yes, indeed, I shall be as questionable as possible. Just like YouTube Rewind, actually. Calling it questionable is being way too kind. Because, yeah, I'll talk more about that in the future video if I decide to do that. But in any case, let's actually focus on the stage, shall we? Hopefully, I'll be able to find things so that disestablishmentarianism, anti-disestablishmentarianism, I don't know if I said that fast enough, but we'll see in Grand Chipmunk this, shall we?
If I want to confuse people, what I should do... Oh, here's a popcorn thing, by the way. That's pretty cool, but if I want to confuse people, I think the thing I should do is just start speaking backwards spontaneously. I mean, like, the thing with that is that it also sounds demonic, which, you know, maybe isn't the intention, but still, I mean, it would be the perfect way to include some inside jokes as well. Like how the song Play That Funky Music is by Frank Sinatra. Yep, that's an inside joke, and I am not explaining that. Oh, here's the special stage that I was thinking of, the tricky one, the one that I had trouble finding. Well, I mean, it's also the one that gave me trouble, but I mean, the ring in question, that's the one I was unsure about, and the other one, the last one remaining, that I can find, I know exactly where it is and how to find it, so that shouldn't be too bad, but this particular special stage, oh boy, it gave me much more trouble than it should have given me. Also, on a side note, if you pay attention to the backgrounds, you will find out that they are in fact very trippy. It's like, what's going on in the backgrounds? You see, this is what happens, kids, when you go crazy. When you go crazy, be sure to rob a bank. That way you'll at least have an excuse when you get out, when you enter jail. Hooray for bad advice! I am not going to apologize. Actually, I probably should apologize for that because, you know, it's some terrible advice, and anytime you utter terrible advice, you need to... I don't know. What are you supposed to do? But this special stage is getting intense. It's not actually that hard. But man, I screwed it up a lot the first several times I've played it. But the background is very trippy. Bizarrely trippy, like, what's going on? Is the pyramid in the background? Seriously, a freaking pyramid in the background. So that's not what you want to see. When you're robbing a bank, by the way, you should blow up the building right in front of it, because that way you'll cause a distraction. More bad advice, hooray! And dang it! I failed that special stage. Well, I'm struggling on it now, apparently, so fantastic. I'm panicked! I'm freaking panicked! This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. This is what happens when you feed a stoner scrambled eggs. So don't feed a stoner scrambled eggs. Although YouTube has fed us scrambled eggs. I didn't know that we were stoners, but apparently they have. But yeah, YouTube Rewind heads. This is what happens, YouTube, when you find a stranger in the Alps. See? It comes full circle. There's a method to my madness. Actually, no. It's just plain madness. But madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. Yes, I recently watched The Dark Knight. And oh boy, that is just a gold mine for quotes. Like, that's gonna give me some quotes for weeks on end. Or months, maybe even years. But, yeah. And now we're redoing this special stage because, dang, that was just embarrassing last time. I am making these special stages harder than they need to be. My goodness. But, yes, this special stage, you wanna know one thing that it has going for it? It's not YouTube Rewind 2018, which has become the single most disliked video in the channel's history. Wow. It's by YouTube themselves. That is just... There's something beautifully ironic about that. It's so incredible. But let's not screw up this special stage because I want to at least get 2 emeralds in this video. Seriously, I am making these special stages way too hard. Harder than they should be. Harder, they're causing more... I mean, I'm running into more problems than I should be. By the way, some good strategies to catch the UFO involve basically following it and taking any shortcuts you can. So, like, if it goes one way and there's a shortcut that leads over the ground, you can do it, like, right here. See, watch what I did it, like, the UFO went around all the way, but I can just, like, catch up like that, and boom. Easy as cake. One thing that I haven't mentioned is that the special stages have some really funky music. By Frank Sinatra! No, actually, it's not by Frank Sinatra. That's an inside joke. But on the subject of inside jokes, I hope that someone one day makes a Sonic game titled Sonic 3 CD and Knuckles and Knuckles, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series, with the Led Zeppelin as Deathwater's son, involving the true story of Deathwater. On the subject of inside jokes, maybe everything in this game is an inside joke. Maybe everything I say is an inside joke. You don't know. Y'all don't know. Only the inside jokes that I say are ones that y'all are aware of. So, that's how it works, folks. You never know whether everyone's saying inside jokes or not. Like, since we're on the topic of some wild speculation and what's going on, and that maybe this game is actually secretly a retelling of The Dark Knight. You know, Eggman is the Joker, and the hard-boiled heavies are the gangs that work with the Joker, rather the ones that he double-crosses, and whatnot. And of course Sonic is Batman, Tails is Alfred, Knuckles is Lucius Fox, and I can't believe I'm actually taking this seriously and finding actual connections to the Dark Knight of all things. This is ridiculous. Don't go nuts, I tell you. This is just silly. Anyway, the mini-boss for this place is actually the Heavy Gunner, the first of the hard-boiled heavies. And it's also the only hard-boiled heavy that is a mini-boss instead of a boss. It's pretty simple. You just attack the blue missiles and they come flying at the heavy, the egg robos, and then eventually at the heavy. And the order in which they're shown, from top to bottom, are from first to last. They represent the order in which the missiles appear on your path. So they let you know what's coming. And yeah, this fight is not my favorite. Actually, I think some of the bosses and mini-bosses are a bit lacking, which is disappointing. I kind of wish they put more thought into it. So this game is... yeah, it's the Dark Knight. Then who's dead? Actually, I have some believe it or not, I have some speculation on that as well. It would be, I guess, the character that you pick, that you don't pick in Encore mode. I'll talk more about that when we actually get to Encore mode. And would you look at that? Like, I managed it to die to the time limit. Because, of course, you know, I died twice to this act. This is embarrassing, and I'm probably gonna have to speed this crap up a bit, some of it up. Because, seriously, this is getting to be pretty ridiculous. Unfortunately, this mini-boss isn't actually that hard. It was the time limit that killed me. The freaking time limit. Anyway, just like for Chemical Plant Zone, for Act 2, we're treated to some real sick jazz for the second act, and you know me, I'm a sucker for jazz. So it's like you play jazz, and it's like I'll have a hard time not being amazed by it. I'll have a hard time not enjoying it if it's jazz. Never trust people who say they do not like jazz. You should just, like, trusting them. No one who dislikes jazz can be trusted. I'm kidding, of course, but who knows at this point. Actually, you know, this is a film studio, so I think I should be making a whole lot more movie references, and not just to Back to the Future. No, The Dark Knight Rises. No, The Dark Knight. Jeez, my goodness. Can't seem to speak right, but the second act has tubes that send you traveling really quickly. And they, like, send you so quick that you're going at 88 miles per hour. Boy, that's a future zone. I can't make that reference yet. With regards to this act, it also has some spinning film reels, and that's pretty cool. You know, as a film buff, this may partly be why I think this zone is so amazing. But it's also just really fun to play. But there are also some panels where you can, like, flip over the things to reveal letters. And this reveals, like, messages like lock on, Eggman Pirate TV, one said this is cool. I wonder if they included any inside jokes in this. It wouldn't surprise me, but, you know, that'd be the perfect place to include some sort of inside joke. I believe one of them actually says blast processing. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. This place, it's just really enjoyable. I must say I do prefer the second act to the first act. It's just much better, I find. When you start Act 2, it just looks so different from Act 1. I mean, it's pretty striking. Toto? I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. And with the pipes, like, where we're going, we don't need roads. I don't know. I quote all the movies, it's what I've gotta do. I gotta throw in some more movie references. So, Eggman, you better watch out, because I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. I mean, you've gotta ask yourself one question, Eggman. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? I just can't help it. I have to reference as many movies as possible. Just reference all the movies. It's how it's gonna work from now on. I don't know about from now on, but anyway, let's actually focus on the level itself, and it is very well designed, so if this is what Christian Whitehead has planned for, like, future 2D Sonic games, then all I have to say is, Louie, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. So, yes, I can reference them movies quite a bit. I could have sworn there's a giant ring somewhere. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I could have sworn I knew where it is. But then again, I don't know, there was one in the first act that I apparently couldn't find. So, I mean, I wouldn't trust my Spidey sense. It's not very reliable, actually. Anyway, let's actually get some places, or... Well, actually, I'll try and look for that giant ring. I'll try not to, like, spend too much time looking for them. It's just I hope to get all of the Chaos Emeralds by the 5th zone. And if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to, because the special stages are pretty easy. I enjoy them. And actually, the funny thing about that, you see, for, like, the special stages, it's weird, like, the last two just seem weirdly easy. Oh, also, this act features gallop of things like lotteries, where, like, you can earn rings that, like, you have numbers that I think correspond to how many rings you get. Or maybe it's how many 10 rings you get. And it also includes multipliers, but also an Eggman symbol, which will take away rings. So you don't want to get that. And the boss of this place is on the weather globe. It's a pretty unique boss fight, and I'm going to utterly cheese it by using tails, because you can actually cheese it by, like, using his tails to attack Dr. Eggman. It's pretty easy, actually. It's not that hard. So Eggman can summon rain, which causes lightning to show up and can damage you if it touches you. The wind thing, well, it does just that. It blows you up and you can grab onto the bar, and also it can summon sunshine, which damages you if you touch it. But one thing that is really awesome is they have a very cool transition to a flying battery zone. It shows up on the screen. That's pretty cool. That's a very nice touch. I enjoy that quite a bit. But this will have to be it for this episode. This is the Mississippi King, signing out, and in the next episode we'll tackle Flying Battery Zone and hopefully get the remaining Chaos Emeralds. See y'all then.